What is going on, everybody? So, Max and his team have been doing a great job with the new course and everything, and I've been loving going through it and the accountability posts that they've been going on. But it's been about 2 weeks into the system, and I have not made a single post about my progress. Um, I kind of wanted to go deeper on why I haven't been doing that and what I'm looking to do going forward. So, this is my uh, community building beyond the net, and it's basically just a system that I came up with to build in public and kind of give you the private thoughts that I've been working on for my community. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Blake, and I run a recreational volleyball coaching community. So I just help volleyball players get confident on the court and kind of learn how to start playing competitively. So um, for me, I think course is definitely one of the best environments in order to build a school community that's profitable. So I wanted to basically think tank with you guys while we're doing it because I think this is one of the best groups to learn from. So just to kind of go in depth with the community, previously I actually recorded this for about 45 minutes and I just brain dumped into a previous Google sheet and I typed in all the thoughts that I could think of, and then I basically just summarized on the main points of it. And I wanted to share it with y'all because you guys might find some inspiration or some good nuggets from what I've got going on. For me, I've been on Skool since May 2024, and why I particularly want to start talking more and getting more people to know is because there's great community members out that we have in here, and just Skool as a platform is just very diverse. So I love using the resources that I have, and I think we're definitely not utilizing those enough. Um, Genuinely, I think using just the free resources that we have in the school, we anybody could have a profitable school community. I'm talking like 5K to 10K. I think we could all do it with free content. I don't think you would have to pay for anything, but I do think paying will get you faster implementation for sure. Um, so this is my accountability video and basically just the series that I'm going to be doing daily in order to what I'm going for. Um, Obviously, like the reason why I specifically chose Skool is I'm very familiar with Alex Hormozy. I've used a lot of his business principles to help me and my family with our entrepreneurial endeavors, and have been using them for about 5 years. And luckily enough, from the teachings that I've learned from Alex Hormozy, um, me and my family were lucky enough to actually replace our full time income uh, through business, like through entrepreneurship. So I definitely believe in Skool and what him and Sam have been building. I've been watching it for almost about a year now, going on, yeah, about a year now. And I just think it's wonderful what they're doing with the platform. Um, for me, I know a lot of people are always trying to find out like what niche they're going for. What should I teach? What should I do? I do think you can do anything on Skool. I think that you can make anything profitable just because one, Skool is such a um, great tool for new business owners. I think you can put anything on there. And two, we're pretty much the early founders of it too. So even with me being on the volleyball community, just in the time that I've been here in about a year, there's not a lot of volleyball communities. If you actually search up volleyball and discovery, I'm pretty much on the first page, and the second page it's actually not even volleyball. And ironically enough, even today, I just saw two new volleyball communities just pop up by other players that I know. So that was ironic for me today to see. Um, Volleyball has just kind of really been important for me. I've been playing for 5 years, coaching for two, and I just love um, the competitiveness of it. I love the sport. I didn't grow up with it. I've only been playing for 5 years. I'm a volleyball adult. I originally started a little bit before COVID. Um, Played indoor just recreationally with friends, got into it, loved it, played it as much as I could for as long as I could. World shut down, got into beach, started hosting my own games, started going to more tournaments, and then started helping out others. I originally wasn't too focused on coaching, but at the time I was working for a volleyball facility, and the facility offered free coaching, and they kind of accelerated my growth. And then as I got better, people kind of started asking me for tips and what I was doing, and I was just happy to provide it. And I just love being a part of the community and kind of helping people get on their feet with volleyball, because it gets way more fun when you can actually play the game at a level that's, comprehensible to you being able to move one foot in front of the other. Um, but I was not good at it. I didn't have a sports background. I was a band kid growing up, so um, to go from pretty much falling on my face every other play to actually being able to play consistently for about 4 hours now, um, love it. Would do it every single day. Um, for me, obviously the offer is kind of like the biggest thing for me, and a lot of the sports communities on here kind of just work on general improvement. Um, I have about 40 people in my community right now, and they've all got various problems, but the current avatar that I'm working with is one similar to me. So ideally, I would work with someone, between the ages of 20 to 42, kind of get better from a recreational standpoint, starting to play more competitive. And if you're familiar with the volleyball ranking system, I'm currently a B, double B player, which is slightly below, um, it's like 2 or 3 levels below national grade. So um, better than 80%, still trying to get into that top 20% of players that are currently better than me now. Um, I basically want to provide people the ability to play the game freely, without stress, without worry, and without being dragged down by like their inability to play the game. The hardest part for me when I first started was definitely just being the weakest link on the team every single time. So for the first 2 years, it was just a lot of struggle. And now that I'm here, I want to provide a structure in order to accelerate other people's growth. Um, for me, um, I'm basically focused on getting one step, one rep, one idea into you week over week in order to get you to where you should be. Originally, I was in the idea of getting someone tournament ready in 90 days, um, just because I believe that offer kind of just follows the value occasion, and I think a lot of people want to be good competitively. I think like recreational players would kind of like to move towards competitiveness, um, but one discretion that I had about that offer was because it's broad and kind of like not unique enough, but that's what I've got for now. I've been running this community for about a year, but it's always just kind of been on the back burner for me. So I'm making this video series to be more accountable and to step in the right direction with my Skool community going into 2026. Um, the biggest thing for me, system wise, is teaching people how to score. Um, so obviously, if you've ever seen a volleyball match, the biggest things people just see, oh, okay, the ball's really up there, and then I hit it really hard, and then it hits the ground. There's other ways to score outside of that, but I think that's obviously one of the volleyball players' biggest prides, is being able to score well and bounce balls like really hard and just slam them into the ground. Um, I'm not opposed to that, but I'm not a very proficient hitter myself. Just because as you play more competitively, the defense gets better. So offensively, it's harder to score points if you're just doing the same thing. So I think there's some secrets to scoring. Weekly challenges was one thing that I had, and I do actually coach. I actually started coaching classes this year. I've done one every Sunday since February. And in those classes, usually we had like a weekly focus. And what I would like to do in my community is like a weekly challenge. So it's like focus on this week, try to implement it into a game or two, see what you talk about. And film feedback is really big for me. I've recorded pretty much every single game that I've played since 2025. So, I mean, probably over 700, 800 plus games in that time period that I've recorded, whether it's from coaching sessions, my own personal gameplay, some of my students' gameplay. Sometimes I'll record gameplay for them, and then we'll do film feedback together just to kind of review what they're looking for. Um, Obviously, I've gotten some results just with friends and family, but it's weird for me to translate this into an online offer, despite the fact that I've been playing for so long. So that's another stopgap that's been kind of stopping me from pushing this forward. I've been kind of feeling anxious about putting it online in order for criticism, but you need to do it. And then lastly, it's just live Q&A. Um, Again, with the sessions that I've been doing in person, I've been doing them at a local facility. I know the owner personally, and he was always kind of looking to expand his program and get people there. And I've hosted games before, but just not on a consistent basis. So he was looking to expand his team, and I've been hosting um, these sessions every Sunday since February. Um, Again, I've about 45 classes this year. That's out of 48 weeks. We started February either 1st or the 16th. I don't remember specifics, but 45 out of 48. I've canceled 2 sessions in that time period, and I had my last session this month on the 7th, and we decided to take a little winter break, kind of just to refuel for 2026, and then I'll get right back into it. I average about 12 players a session, and then I've got a 95% attendance rate, meaning that if they signed up, if 100 people signed up, 95% of them would be there every time. Um, in that time period, we've collected about $8,105 from just all the tickets, and I did grow the organic system that we used. So basically, we used a new community app that's kind of local to our area. Um, and I had 266 members join that since February. And we have different outreach methods that we use, but this one is specific to the app that we use for my classes. So that's 260 members, like raw, starting from zero. Um, Obviously, everyone's got something kind of stopping them. There's been a couple things for me. Um, School's kind of been on the back burner for me because of these reasons. Um, I have also had some other avenues that I've been pouring into outside of school, but I'm looking for 2026 into improving my own community and working towards something that can push me further, both just entrepreneurially and as someone new to the platform. I would love to win. Um, Currently, I've got my free community. I've got my page structure laid out, and I was running a 90-day one-on-one offer just between some friends and family. Um, that was basically just one weekly 2-hour session. My personal player development system that I've used from various other coaching platforms that I've learned from just in my experience playing volleyball. So it's basically like the culmination of everything that I've learned. So it's a detailed sheet detailing the player, your strengths and weaknesses, a long term athletic development plan, what you should be looking out for. It's also got a network system in order for you to contact different players in your area and kind of keep track of like potential teammates that you can partner with, calendar system, referral coaches just in case. So obviously, like I'm not the only coach in the area that teaches volleyball. So I do also give recommendations for local coaches slash coaches that you can learn from online as well. And my 90-day offer, I had ran that, and I currently have one client and three other interested parties. I was running that $1,000 paid in full or $300 a month, 1,200 total for the program. Um, I like the pay in full offer, obviously, and this was all outside of school. This was just personal that I was running. I was running this for about a month and a half, and I got one offer. Well, got one guy committed to it, and three others kind of just on the back burner, still deciding. I wasn't very pushy in the sales portion of it. Um, as I was doing this, um, during my 45-minute slump that I was doing in preparation for this, I wanted to update my banner to include my face. I'm noticing a lot of the higher level school communities kind of have some type of facial representation. For me, as someone who's not necessarily like very well known in the volleyball space, I'm known slightly locally to my area. It was backwards of me to think that like my face would be important, but I think it would be good for the community. At least my banner was on there. Improving my onboarding clarity was a big thing. Just kind of get that set up. And I've been following the school course, and I do currently have the um, Start Here course, the foundation course, detailing all the stuff that I have for volleyball. And then I have a third course. Once you go through the foundation course, a little bit of the foundation course, and you complete the initial onboarding, I have a free gift that I provide for my volleyball community. But I do want to improve the onboarding clarity just so people kind of get a better idea. And I think onboarding them will help with engagement. Initially, with my 40 members, they're all just random from content that I posted back in December. And I had my school community just in the comment section, in the description, in my channel bio, and my descriptions. And they joined from there, but those people haven't been as engaged. And that is a part of mine. I think they just kind of don't know what's going on and I haven't been clear to them what's been going on. Um, Getting that weekly rhythm is definitely going to be big. As you can see, if you look at my activity board, it's kind of all over the place. School has just kind of been up and down for me time wise, but I'm definitely committed to it for this next year, 2026. And then for me, just kind of talking with my members again on School and in my in-person classes that I still teach, kind of just asking them what's going on, what can I help you with, and getting more clarification from them. I think 90% of the problems that anybody has in their school community can just be solved by, talking with your members. Your members always will tell you what's going on. They love to complain. People love to complain. Um, Secondarily to that, I also think consistency and raw action are going to be the biggest drivers to people who are succeeding on School. And lastly, to wrap this up, pretty much the last questions that I'm thinking of that I would love feedback from the community is how narrow should the promise be? How much structure should I be implementing in this? And then um, obviously, like this is going to be a coaching learning experience, but obviously the biggest portion for me is the community just because volleyball has given me a lot in terms of friends and family that I've interacted with. So I love the idea of School just as a whole to give the community back and kind of get the volleyball community kind of more on the map and get more people interested in it. And then scaling without seeming like someone just out there for the money is kind of the next thing that I'm kind of concerned about. But these are all the things that I was thinking out towards the end of my previous like recording. But yeah, this was just basically another ramble session that I had. It's a lot shorter than the last one. I did this for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I just got all my thoughts down on a really gross Word document, and then I cleaned it up for you guys just so you can see. Thank you to anyone that was watching. I'll be posting this community here shortly, so if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask me anything that you need, and I'll be happy to help.